Hi viewers, welcome to On Bended Knees, a platform to encourage and inspire people through the art of storytelling. My name is Loretta, and on today's episode we have a very special guest, Gabrielle Barenda. She's a worship leader, a songwriter, and a playwright. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, Gabrielle. I'm so excited you're here too. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, for our viewers, tell us about you. Who is Gabrielle?
Well, I am 33 years old. I was born in France, raised in France, and I moved to England when I was about 26 years old. And I moved to Houston 3 years ago. So that's where I live. I am, like you already know, a worship leader. I've been singing since the age of 8, and it's my first love, my first passion. But I also have another passion, which is writing. And I write songs and I write plays as well.
Cool.
And poetry.
Oh wow, she's like multi-talented. So
I try.
So, Gabrielle, at what age did you start writing?
Well, as far as I can remember, I started writing at the age of 9.
Wow.
We had one of our teachers who always encouraged us to write. And with my class, we would write books. Actually, we have a book that we wrote when I was 10 years old that was published. And so I think that's when I started discovering a passion for writing. But I've always loved reading. My mom did not really let us watch TV too much. She preferred that we would go to the library or read a book. So, yeah.
So you mentioned France earlier.
Yes.
So, English is not your first language?
No, actually it's my third language.
Oh wow, what's your second?
My second language is Lingala, because my parents are from Congo. In Africa, and that is my second language. Wow. Yes.
So how is the transitioning? You probably, I mean, which do you write better, in French, English, or how is it transitioning from writing in French to English?
I mean, I'm completely comfortable writing in French, which is my first language. English was difficult for me to learn. It took me a couple of years, and writing was not as comfortable. But eventually I got better. I didn't know I was really good at writing in English until other people started pointing that out. And definitely I think that the Lord really helped me. He gave me a gift and ease with languages, so that really helped me.
Cool.
Yes.
So, guys, I went to see Gabrielle's play recently, Malonga Kingdom. Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Thank you.
It was so good. It was like seeing Lion King, but live. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So tell me, you have to tell me, what inspired Malonga Kingdom?
Well, it's got a long story, so I'll try to be as short as possible. I saw The Lion King when I was 10 years old. And I really loved it, like all of us do love The Lion King. It's a classic. And I was about probably 12 or 13 when The Lion King started playing on Broadway. And I instantly wanted to be part of it. I dreamed since I was 10 years old to be in The Lion King. Since I was 13 to be on Broadway. And I got an opportunity when I was about 27. I was living in England, and there was an open audition. I heard of an open audition for The Lion King, which is really rare.
Wow.
And I was so excited. So I auditioned for it. And I really just wanted to be part of the cast. I didn't really think that I would have a main part or anything like that, because, as you know, English is my third language, so I have an accent.
So competition was,
Exactly.
You're worried about that?
So I was worried about that. I was worried about my height.
Okay.
Because usually the main characters in that play, they are at least 5'6".
Okay.
And I'm 5'2". So I was worried about that, and I was worried about my singing. I didn't know if it was good enough. But I was like, you know what? I dreamed of this since I was 10, so I'm going to go for it.
Might as well.
So I went to the audition, and I got a call back. Then I went to the second audition, and I got a call back. I went to the third audition, and I got another call back.
Wow.
And they told me, we want to see you for Nala. And Nala is the second main character in the play, which is huge, and it is huge, and I could not believe it. I was thinking, I'm too short, I don't speak English well, how is it not going to work? Is my voice good enough? I was just not sure.
So this is even after you got how many calls back, you were still doubting?
Yes, yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get it. And I was living in England back then, and eventually I went to my last audition, and it didn't happen. I didn't get a call back that time, and I was crushed. Because my hopes were just like up. I was like, you know what? I made it up to here. I'm gonna get this part.
So now, tell us, how did you said you were crushed. Tell us more about that. How did you really feel that transition? And even from there into now writing Malonga Kingdom, tell us about that transition.
Well, I was so sad. I was so disappointed. I felt like it was my only chance because I knew at that time that I was going to move here in America. And it was basically a great opportunity that I didn't get. And I felt, well, I don't live in New York, so I'm not going to be able to get on Broadway. And I'm not going to live in England anymore, so I'm not going to be able to have another audition. So I was really sad, but I came here to serve in the ministry that I'm part of, which is El Shaddai Church, and that was kind of my focus. I was like, well, I'm just going to serve God and focus on that. But I was really heartbroken because of that. And when I came here, there was like other opportunities that opened themselves for me. I started writing more. I was away from my family. I had a lot of time. When you're alone, you have a lot of time on your hands. Sometimes at night, I would write songs because I really love singing. And I started writing again, something that I had not done in a while. I would write poetry or in a journal, but I would not write like I used to, like books and things like that. And I started writing, and I wrote my first play in 2012 when I first came here. So it was the first play that we did. Then I wrote a second play. So the first play was Believe, the second play was The Meaning of Love. And it was, those two stories were quite good stories, and they were well received, and everyone said that my writing was great. And The Lion King came back into my mind. Sometimes I would just sit there and think, maybe I would have been, in The Lion King right now, because the contract is about 3 or 4 years. And my pastor was preaching one day, and he said, sometimes when you face rejection, when a door closes itself to you, don't sit there and cry and just say, well, it didn't happen, and and it's never going to happen. Why don't you just create your own opportunity? Why don't you just do something about it if you can? So I said to myself, well, I can write. I can write music, I can write songs, I can write plays. Why don't I do my own Lion King and be in it and create my own reality and my own opportunity?
Wow.
And I felt like that was the best way to face that pain that I had been through and to turn it into something good, And that's how I started writing Malonga Kingdom.
Wow. So that's so real, because it just sounds like from ashes to beauty kind of story.
Yeah.
And the fact that you actually went that far, and I'm sure you had questions. Like, did you have questions for God? Like,
yes.
Why even allow me go that far?
Yes, because
what were some of your questions? Like,
well, I already knew that I was going to come and live here.
Okay.
And the audition presented itself. But I had lived in England for 5 years. So I said to God, why would that opportunity present itself just 9 months before you ask me to go live in America and serve you there? Why would you even do that? I was here for 5 years, and you could have given me that opportunity to be in The Lion King. And also, when I came here and I went back for my audition, I was not used to the AC because in Texas it's so hot. There's air conditioning everywhere. Yeah. So I would always get sick every time I would go back to England. And that time when I came to serve here, I said to God, well, I just wanted to make sure when I'm coming to America for 1 week, when I go back to the day of my audition, that I won't be sick. And then what happened? I got sick. So I was so upset. I was like, God, why would you do that to me? So I went to my audition. My voice was not the greatest. I got late to my audition. It was just bad. And I did say to him, why would you let them call me back? And my expectations were so high. Exactly. And then at the end to just not get it. But I understood that if I had made it, like, and I got that role, even though I had already accepted to come to America and to serve God, and I knew that was His will, I was gonna say, I'm not going anymore. He knew me. God knows me well enough to know that was too big for me. So I was gonna say to my pastor, well, I got this role for the Lion King. And I'm sorry, I will not be coming anymore. And the contract is about 3 or 4 years. So right now I'm in my 3rd year in America, so I would not have been here.
Definitely would have not been here. And I would not have seen that beautiful play.
And I probably would have never written it.
Wow.
I think that experience definitely opened something in me. And even though I had questions for God, I understand why I didn't get it. I think He wanted to show me that I could, for me to be even able to go that far in the audition process. It was to show me that, you know what, I can give it to you like that, but I have better for you. And sometimes we have to understand that His plans are always greater than our plans. Because I wanted to be in The Lion King, which is someone else's play, as an actress and a singer. And
not your vision.
Not my vision. And it doesn't necessarily glorify God. But this play that I wrote, which is a musical as well, was not only creative with everything that God inspired me to write, but it was glorifying Him. And I was able to be in something that would glorify Him, that I wrote, and it's priceless. It has
the feeling.
It has like no.
There's no words.
Expect.
There are no words.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the challenges that you had while writing Malonga Kingdom. That whole process up to the day of the play, were there any challenges that you faced? Were there times that you had doubts even in that process?
There's a lot of those. I mean, for anyone who's been in performing arts,
it was huge. So
it was a long process for us to work. I started writing in August. It takes me about a month to write usually. So the writing process was not the hardest part. I always trust God. I sit on my desk, pray, and get inspiration. But the process, the rehearsals, the time to put the effort, the costumes, the makeup, all these ideas, and having people committed to the vision, and it was
matching up schedules, probably.
Exactly, it was really, really hard. I'm also, studying as well, so and working. So it was just a lot, and many times I said to God, I quit. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I was thinking it's not going to be great. Honestly, I was thinking it's not going to be good because, you have a vision in your mind of how you want it to be. And then you go to rehearsals and you see everything not working out. People not knowing their lines. Things not going the way you planned it. And I was completely thinking, well, this is going to be a mess. 2 weeks before the play, we could not even have the full run through of the play. From beginning to end.
Wow.
There's people missing, people not knowing their lines, all kind of things going wrong. It was just horrible. And I said to God, you know what? Eventually I said to Him, you know what? I've done everything that I could.
Thank you.
I gave you everything that I had. Now you
have to. Because at that point, you were probably already promoting it, right?
So there was no turning back.
There was no turning back.
Right? I could not say, well, we're not going to do it. But in my heart, I was thinking, well, what did I put myself into? Because I've done plays before, but it wasn't as big as this. The makeup, the costumes, it was a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights. You know, I had to design how I wanted the costumes, how I wanted the makeup. So I had to think about a lot of things. And then in performing arts, you usually have like a big team of people helping you for this and that. And I was doing a lot.
Working with constraints too, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like you have like a whole team. So it was difficult, but God really made it happen. I can say He did it.
That's good. That's so good. That's great. Well, viewers, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break to watch a snippet of Malonga Kingdom, and we'll see you after the break.
Kalani, let the birds go!
How dare you give me orders, Shamar?
Don't you know of your father's decree? We do not hunt birds!
What are you doing?
Helping her. They must come with us to remain under our protection.
I am not jealous of that bird. Well, I would be if I were you. Why? Dakari said that she was special.
I am sorry if I seemed a little bit harsh yesterday. I didn't mean to be. I just don't trust strangers.
It's okay, I understand.
Great. I'd love for us to be friends.
Me too!
Great. Let's drink to our new friendship. Here, you drink first.
What is it?
Oh, it's like water from the lake. It's tradition around here just to seal our friendship.
Oh, of course. Oh, wait. I must make a toast. Princess Kalani, I am honored to be your friend today.
Welcome back to the show. We still have the beautiful Gabrielle on our show. So, Gabrielle, you mentioned songwriting, right? So tell us about your other projects that you're currently working on.
Well, currently I'm working on a single. I've written several songs, but right now we're working on a single and probably an album. I am currently working on a new play, completely different from Malonga Kingdom.
Okay.
It's not going to be the Animal Kingdom, but it's going to be something a bit deeper. It's going to be called The Hurt, and you just need to watch out for that.
Definitely looking forward to it.
And yes, for Malonga Kingdom, I'm looking forward to taking it on the road. So we'll see how God opens doors for me.
DVDs.
And probably we'll see.
Yeah.
But yes, these are the projects that I have at the moment.
So how can we stay updated on your projects? How can we? You have Facebook?
Well, yes, you can follow me on Facebook. And my name on Facebook is Gabrielle Barenda. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Gabrielle_Barenda. And you can also follow me on YouTube. My channel is I Am Gabrielle, or just type Gabrielle Barenda and you find me easily.
Yay! I'm so excited. So, Gabrielle, it's been so wonderful having you on this show.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure for me.
For our viewers that might be where you were at during your Lion King saga,
Right?
Tell us, you know, what words do you have for them?
Well, this is what I would want to say to anyone who's watching, that never give up on your dreams, and know that whatever God has placed in you has so much value and so much worth. Never give up on yourself. Never give up on anything that you've planned and dreamed to do, because when a door closes, there's always another door that will be open for you, and God will always make a way. So don't give up, run your course, and you will make it.
Yes. And on this note, viewers, thank you so much for watching another episode of Bended Knees. My name is Loretta. See you next time.
Bye. My name is Gabrielle Barenda. I am a songwriter, worship leader, and playwright. You are watching Bended Knees with Loretta. Stay inspired.